folks, it's your boy Nate Kusher from Kusher's Healthy Vegan in our greenhouse, as you can see, full of booming ass tomatoes, and we're gonna show you guys the breakdown and all that extra shit. So, Babe got the questions loaded up for us. She's gonna throw those questions my way, and I'm gonna get them answered. And hopefully, you guys fuck with the content. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let's go.
All right, so first question is, what variety of tomatoes are we growing in the greenhouse right now?
These are called celebrity tomatoes. I got some ripe ones right here. If you guys can see, this is about our third harvest of them. So like I was saying, we had a little technical difficulty just now, but these are celebrity tomatoes or celebration tomatoes. I don't think there's a difference. It's like the same word. They get pretty fat and thick. This is our third harvest of them. On this side, we put this side in first, and on this side, we focused on bell peppers. So when we first started out, we did like maybe like what, 7 tomato plants or something like that.
Around 7, I think.
And we let them, you know, do their thing. And, you know, I saw a lot of videos on Instagram of other gardeners comparing their harvest and saying that you should like prune them up and air layer them. Well, I tried that method and it really didn't do well. So,
which can depend on your climate and, yeah, you know, the variety that you're using.
All the factors. Because once we did that, we really saw like a lot of the roly-poly pests like eating out of the tomatoes. So it seemed like once we gave them, I don't know, the opportunity to see that there was tomatoes, we got pests. So this time around, we let it grow back and we just let it bush out, and we have not had any critters or bugs munching on them this time around. So for us personally, we like the wild jungle method of our tomatoes, and we are literally getting clusters on clusters just like this.
And consistently new flowers and blooms coming in. Tomatoes growing everywhere.
Exactly.
We also still have bell peppers to harvest. They're just hidden within the tomatoes, I think. There we go. One.
I'm ready. Come on.
Whoop. And there's one here too, babe. I think this one might be ready.
So, yeah. Next question.
All right. So, what kind of soil are we using, and how are we making sure that the tomato plants get the right amount of nutrients?
We are using basic soil from our area. Our local landscaper is called forest compost. So from our understanding, it's
mixed with topsoil.
Mixed with topsoil, so which is kind of like just dirt, basic dirt. And that forest compost just consists of
the forest floor.
Forest floor.
That's basically from. Yeah, but when we set up the greenhouse, we layered it. So we did first like some gopher protection where we put down like chicken wire, and then we put like natural shit like
coyote brush.
Yeah, we did like
coyote brush sticks.
Yeah, like logs, wood.
Hugelkultur type of vibe.
Exactly, and then we layered mulch, and then we layered soil, and then we put our own compost in as well. And then Nate also had been making some fertilizer by letting some like what other people would consider weeds, but like some wild native plants sit in water, and using some of that water, as well as we have our own water here. So we have a natural well that has minerals, is very high in sulfur that a lot of plants really love, not all plants. So basically just stuff that we can find for cheap or free, or just working with what's here, but not just leaving them on their own to figure it out.
Yeah, like what you said, we take our food waste and we just put it in like a 5-gallon bucket with water and let that sit in the sun for about a couple days. You know, make your own little compost brew tea, and then I come in here with my sprayer and I just top them off at the bottom. I don't go overhead, go straight directly into the bottom, let that go into the soil, and you got.
Oh yeah, can you explain why it's better not to water, like, and let the water hit the leaves? What is the purpose
like
of that?
Tomatoes will really catch a disease fast due to their stem is really like water prone. As people that propagate tomatoes know, that these hairs right here can turn into roots. So if you're watering overhead your tomatoes, these roots are going to think, oh, I can sprout out now, but they're not in dirt, and they're, you know, they're in the air. So the water is just going to sit there and the plant's going to get moldy, and you're probably going to have a dead plant, or you're going to have to cut it back. So always water, specifically tomatoes or things that have the little hairs on them. I don't know the name at the moment, but I will water down below. For like greens and, you know, leafy stuff like that, go ahead and do it. But if the leaf is sensitive, water down below.
All right, the next question is, oh, we already talked about pruning. So basically this variety does not like to be pruned, and if you're seeing like benefits to your tomato plants for pruning them, go for it. But when we lived in our last location, we learned that they didn't like that, and living here we learned that again. So how many harvests have we had? That's the next question.
About 3, just
4. And that's like a rough way to say it, because we just come in and pick them as they're needed to be picked, but we're probably harvesting a few pounds at a time. Yeah. As you can see, there's literally just tomatoes and bell peppers everywhere. We had a ridiculously huge bell pepper harvest. We were picking bell peppers like almost every single day. Mm-hmm.
Oh, something else I want to talk about is how like so once we pruned this side that first time, we took a lot of the suckers off. Tomatoes put out suckers, and
well, like you were just explaining with how the plant is able to put out roots, exactly. You can take cuttings from tomatoes and restart them. And so like what Nate was able to do in here was take just the 7 tomato plants and turn it into who even knows how many now at this point. So yeah, this a part like this, but more way down below. I can't find one right now, but this part of the plant, you can take this, snip this off, and then we literally come over here and just stick it in the ground, or we put it in our grow tent, which is a little bit more darker, and we just let that sit for a couple weeks. I come back in here and I transplant them on this side, which was just bell peppers, and now it's literally full of tomatoes, the same variety and everything. Is literally propagated and cloned, and we've literally just, I guess, what, doubled, tripled our harvest, quadrupled,
just by doing that method of coming in here, cleaning it up, taking those cuttings. Don't throw them away. I mean, if that's your preference, you can, but we're gonna take them, repropagate them, and literally just keep on turning out tomatoes as much as we can, because tis the time to grow your own food. Yes.
And we do also have some greens growing in here. We have amaranth, or as we say, callaloo. Corn, which, you know... I
think this is the glass corn that we got from Good Seed Company.
It was based in Ojai, I believe. Yeah. So we try to get seeds from people who grow in the same garden zone as us. We're zone 9B. You can see here's some of the arugula that's growing, and then this is the amaranth, which I don't remember if this variety you can eat the
no, this seeds. Is the spiny one,
but you can eat the leaves. We had them in soup last night and they were amazing.
This tomato back here is the midnight snack one.
Oh, that one's still alive?
Yeah, it's in a pot back here. We're doing pretty good.
So,
any other questions?
The last question was, what problems and solutions have we encountered?
Like I was saying earlier, just the roly-polies. We're seeing that, from my understanding and just observation, that they like want water. So they go into the tomatoes and they kind of like chew on them. Oh, this bell pepper has it a little bit, where they kind of just gather on them, if you guys seen the little roly-polies, and they just kind of gnaw away at the plant. So we're looking at solutions for that right now, but so far it hasn't been that big of a problem, because we're still able to harvest like loads and loads. That's good for us. But we will come up with a solution with that eventually. If you guys have any suggestions, you can drop them down in the comments below, and I'll for sure check that out, reply to you, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so definitely let us know any questions, or if you want us to talk about how we set up this greenhouse and our do a review on that. We would love to share that information with you guys, and do what you can to grow your own food.
Exactly.
Follow us on Instagram. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And
we out of here. Kushers Healthy Vegan. I'm Nate Kusher, Ariel Kusher. We are the Kushers. Like, comment, and subscribe. Support, support, support.